Hello everyone, this is my living room and now it's finally time to clean it and make it into a nice place to be in. I have been putting off cleaning this particular room for a long time because it's not only a living room but also our son's playroom and my home office. So it's not just one super cluttered room, but a little cluttered playroom, a messy living room, and a chaotic office that is 3 cluttered functional areas in one. My task is not only to declutter them, organize storage of the stuff, but also to transform the entire room into 3 cozy and functional areas on a small budget. This will be a short series of 2 or 3 videos, I suppose, and in this first video I will start decluttering and organizing the stuff. A new year is coming, and so decluttering and cleaning will be really timely. Cleaning this room causes me to feel resistance because there are many challenges to cope with and tough decisions to take for me here. These are children's stuff, these are things with sentimental value, things that I kept from year to year because I couldn't decide whether I needed them or not, and things that don't have their own place anywhere. If you, like me, are constantly moving things around because of decision fatigue and spend a lot of time on this activity every year, then you surely know how easily this factor can reduce the motivation to declutter. I used to declutter in steps and one specific area of the room at a time. When it comes to a large decluttering project, you may not be able to declutter everything at once, and it may take several days and several rounds. This requires a certain routine, and today I will show you a step-by-step routine that I use while decluttering my home. First, I will declutter the bookshelf, since I will need this space later for organizing and storing things. The first step is to prepare some bigger surfaces, since there are a lot of things to sort out and I need to understand what and how much I'm dealing with. I need a place to review all of these things. So first I clear out the sofa, where I will unload the things from the shelf, as well as the toys. I will sort the toys separately. Now the next step is to sort all the things from the shelf into categories. I put my husband's belongings separately and don't sort them. If he wants, he can declutter them himself, right? There is a lot of work ahead, as you can see. When I don't know where to start, I take on what requires less psychological effort. For me, the process of decluttering is quite exhausting and energy-consuming, so I try to remove all the factors that can distract me. I prefer to sort and get rid of things alone and in silence, in order to be able to feel what feelings each thing evokes in me. When we sort things in silence, we automatically begin to think about the things we are sorting. Garbage and those things that are of no value anymore and no longer needed, I immediately put into the categories to toss or donate. After sorting, I have the following categories. My husband's stuff, which I immediately put back on the shelf so that it doesn't distract me. Toys and children's things, which I will sort out a little later separately. The next category is sentimental items. I'm ready to get rid of some of them today, but not all of them. So the things that I've decided to keep for now, I put in a separate box. Children's crafts and happy memories, for example, pacifiers, drawings, etc., I put in boxes separately for my daughter and son. Electronics, for now I just put them in a separate box and don't declutter yet. I'll explain later why I don't declutter all categories. I put the papers aside and put them away in my home office for the following sorting when it's time to declutter the office. One more category is small things that belong to different but small categories that already have their own place in my home. For example, flower seeds or a hair clip. I put them separately for now so that I can carry them to their places at one time, avoiding walking around with each thing separately. The next category is things that don't have own place and that are difficult to classify into any of the already existing categories, such as a lint roller or fitness expander. I put them aside for now. I put things that need repairing together regardless of category. I do it in order to determine the amount of work and to estimate the time and financial resources that may be needed to repair these things. These are mainly children's stuff like toys and books. The next step after sorting things into categories is to declutter each category individually. I don't set the task of decluttering all the categories at once while sorting things, since I proceed from the real time frames that I have. If I see that I have only 6 hours on a weekend to declutter, and I need to declutter the entire room, consisting of 3 fairly cluttered zones, then I plan based on priorities what exactly I need to do first. For example, this time when I am decluttering a bookshelf in the living room, I've decided that priority number 1 is to sort all the things from the shelf into categories and place them in boxes, at least temporary ones, so that they don't get in the way and get mixed up again. The toys that I decided to put away temporarily, I take out of sight so that my son doesn't detect the loss, right? This time I managed to declutter some categories, inclusive sentimental items, which took a lot of my time and energy, and I decided to put off electronics and some other categories for later. Now I sort children's things and toys by category, such as large cars, small cars, dinosaurs, books, and so on. Broken toys and torn books are put with other things to be repaired, unless they are completely damaged, of course. Here I leave what the child plays with most, and I put away dinosaurs, some soft toys, and other toys that he has stopped playing with. However, I don't toss or donate those toys that I think he can be interested in again at an older age. Those toys and books that he has outgrown, I put away for donation, recycling, or sale. When decluttering toys, I'm guided by the principle, just a limited amount of toys that the child can handle to pick up after play on his own should be left. I put away the balls that are usually lying around everywhere after playing, because our son is not ready yet to cope with collecting them on his own, since there are too many of them. Balls scattered everywhere create the impression of a terrible mess and chaos, and I'm tired of collecting them, so I carry them away. I don't have time to do anything else that day, so I put the decluttered categories in suitable boxes and put the boxes away for storage. I carry away the boxes with the categories that haven't been decluttered, and when I have some free time later on, I just take out these boxes and continue decluttering the remaining categories. After decluttering each category, I move on to the next step. Now it's time to decide where and how to store the things. Now I can see how many items I have in each category and can choose a box of the right size, taking into account the available storage space in the house. As I declutter, I often move things from box to box, trying to make the storage system more and more efficient. I believe it's not necessary at all to strive to do everything perfectly on the first try. You can experiment, test, and improve your storage system gradually. I've decided to use the 2 bottom rows in the shelf for my son's stuff. I used the top rows for storing things. I've also placed a box with things for repairs here in the shelf, so as not to forget about it. And if I still don't find time to repair the items, then I may think about whether it would be better to get rid of these things or adapt my time management system in order to finally find time for repairs. I prefer to store children's toys in transparent boxes so that my son can easily find the toy he needs. I hide electronics, categories of small things, and other household items in opaque boxes if there is no point in displaying them. I put my husband's non-decorative things in the box. If he wants, he can easily take them out and declutter them. The last step is to finish the job, which can mean getting rid of the junk immediately. If I can't take the items to the recycling station right away, I put them in the car so I can take them to the waste station as soon as possible. I take the items I want to sell upstairs so I can sort and sell them later. I get rid of sentimental things that I've decided to say goodbye to as quickly as possible, so as not to change my mind. I thank them for the experience and the positive emotions they once gave me, and I try to let them go. I also put children's artwork and sentimental items upstairs so that they don't take space here. Until I decide where I'm going to store them, I've found a temporary place for them on the top floor. After decluttering the shelf, I was left with some empty boxes and things that didn't have a proper place to store them, as well as piles of papers and small items that I'm going to tackle in the next video. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if so, please give it a big thumb up and let me know in the comments which of these steps is most difficult for you, and I will try to make a separate video on this topic. I wish you a great day, lot of positive energy and a clean and tidy home. Thank you so much for watching.